watching. I'm Prerna Agarwal, Technical Product Owner for The Guardian. Today we'll be giving you Guardian updates of Sprint 28 that lasted from December 12 to December 23rd. So just a quick overview of the agenda. We'll be looking at the roadmap. We'll also be talking about the issues that we tackled in Sprint 28 that lasted from December 12 to December 23rd. Then we'll be going to flip over and give you a demo on Sprint 28. We'll be also be looking at ahead of week of December 26th, which is Sprint 29. We'll be also look at the issues that we'll be working on Sprint 29. We'll also be talking about the upcoming releases. We'll also be giving you some of the ways that you can either submit bugs or policy requests through various different channels. So just a quick overview of the Guardian roadmap. Again, this is open source. Anyone can see that. All you need to do is install Zenhub extension in Chrome. And when you travel to the Guardian GitHub repo, you will be able to see a tab to quickly open that up and see what's going on there. So as you can see, we have completed MVP projects. We have also completed third-party content providers. We are continuing our work on retirement process for assets, and we are also working on some of the scalability testing. So talking about the issues that we worked on Sprint 28, we looked at 10-14 MVP projects. We also worked on 229 third-party content providers, and we have fixed some bugs, which is 1525 and 1599. So in Sprint 28, we committed to 63 story points and then we delivered 37 story points. So now let's look at Sprint 28 demo. The first ticket what we'll be looking at is 1014 MVP projects, which stands for Modular Benefit Project. So as per IWA VEM standard V2, projects can feature multiple modular benefit projects, potentially under different policies, producing different types of tokens. MVPs are projects where a single project activity, that is planting woods, would have multiple dimensional positive outcomes, for example, carbon credits and water benefits. These can be represented by some kind of multiple dimensional token or multiple tokens. There could be different units of measure to reflect the benefits and potentially under different methodologies. So the core concept is additionality. Is a project activity additional or it would have happened anyway? The key question, if you had done the project already, can you also claim money benefits for non-additional activity? There are issuing benefits. These are value carriers and co-benefits. All are the issuing benefits basically. So in order to solve this, what we have done is, as you can see, I have imported IREC 8 version. So to demo and to implement V projects, what we have done is we have created 2 different versions of our policy, 8.1 and 8.2. You can find that 8.1 and 8.2 version with the timestamps and a brief explanation of what that policy is in our GitHub demo artifacts. So coming back to our policy, as you can see, I have imported a 8 policy. Now let's look at the policy configurator. As you can see, I'm in the policy configurator and let me open the mint block of this policy. As you see, we have 2 different mint blocks in this policy, which is mint_token and mint_token2. When I expand the first mint block, you see there is an impact add-on being created. So basically, to implement MVP, we have added a new add-on to the mint block, which is impact block, impact add-on, where you will actually specify the impact detail, which is the impact type, whether it is primary or secondary, a small label and a description, and actually a formula to calculate the benefit. And then a unit, whether it is kg or gram. Looking at the second mint block is the same. You also add a second impact add-on block where you see here this block, this impact is a secondary impact, whereas this was a primary impact. And so this is a kind of an implementation. So in order to add an impact, you need to add an impact add-on block from the menu option, what in usually in the policy configurator. Now let's look at what the policy and the trust chain looks like. So I have published and executed IREC 8. Now let's look at the token history. As we had 2 different min blocks, we will have 2 different trust chains, 2 different tokens being created. So you can see the token hash of each of the token. Now let's look at the trust chain. Here, as you can see, this is a primary impact trust chain. And when you scroll down, you see a secondary impact trust chain. So this is basically, we have created two different min blocks. So that is 8.2, but whereas you see, we have 8.1, which has two impacts, which has two impact add-ons being added to the same min block. When you execute 8.1, both the impacts being created in the same version, and both would be, one would be primary and second would be secondary. To get more information and a complete information on the impact add-on block, we have added our complete documentation in our docs.hedera.com/guardian. And when you get there, you can actually look under the available policy workflow blocks. And then you can go to impact add-on, where you can see all the details about each of the field of the impact add-on block, and also the data format, which changes the VP documents after adding the impact add-on block. So this is more about the MVP projects. If you have any questions, please let us know on Slack channel, or you can also email us at info@envisionblockchain.com. Now looking at the second ticket, which is 229, third-party content providers. So currently in the process of executing a policy, Guardian can receive and make use of two types of external data, which is MRVs from sensors, or inputted via the form by the human, or information submitted by humans via form data, that is when registering a project. So there are many use cases when additional external data may need to be associated with MRV datasets, artifacts of policy execution, and/or tokens. Furthermore, this information may need to be used in policy decision-making process, determining, for example, which branch should policy workflow execute, what type of token to mint and the amounts, whether to automatically authorize, approve something, present it to the user who validates data or approves decision, accessible for review at any time after the decision processing was performed. So in order to solve this, what we have done is we have created a new block where you can accept the data from the external, which is the HTTP request block. As you can see, we have added our documentation completely on the HTTP request block, where you have URL to be added, method, body, headers. URL is for the external service and endpoint. HTTP request, whether it is get, post, delete, put, or patch, and then the body of the HTTP request and the headers. You can also find more information of dynamic variables on the HTTP request block. So that was a demo on sprint 28. Now talking about the next sprint, which is sprint 29. So in sprint 29, we are committing to 65 story points, which includes some of the major tickets, which is 397, Guardian API and Demo API to retire tokens, 362, disaster recovery testing, 85, policy differentiation feature, 290, matched assets, and we'll also be looking and trying to solve some of the bugs, which is 1589, 1616, 1577, and so on. So talking about the upcoming releases, our last release was on Wednesday, November 30th, 2022. Our next release will be on Friday, December 28th, 2022. So there are multiple ways to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on GitHub. You can submit policy requests, enhancements, or if you find some bugs, please go ahead and mention those bugs with us so that we can get our team on it. Also, if you haven't joined our Discord, come on, join our conversation at hedera.com/discord. And when you get there, search for sustainability channel, or feel free to reach out to us directly if you have any policy request by emailing us at info@envisionblockchain.com, or through our website, which is www.envisionblockchain.com. Thank you. Have a great day.